Welcome to Cards by Clay. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck. Absolutely love this deck. It was one of the first ones I bought when I started to learn. Now you start off with number one, the Fool Jack, of course, because he's so innocent walking through and then discovers he's the Christmas doll. Two, you've got the Witches, the Magician, obviously Witches. Three, the High Priestess, the fabulous Sally, of course. Four, the Empress. Five, Santa Claus. Six, you've got Mr. Mayor there. Six, the Lovers, of course, none other than Jack and Sally. Seven, the Chariot. And you've got Strength. And you've got the Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Justice. The Hanged Man. Santa Claus trapped in Oogie Boogie's there. Then you have Death. Then you have Jack in the Sun. Then, of course, there can be no other for the devil than Mr. Oogie Boogie himself. Then you have Jack's house, the tower. The star, of course. One of the most famous scenes from the picture, the moon. Then you have Temperance. And the Naughty and Nice list for Judgment. And then you have the World. Now, the suits in this are potions, needles, candles and presents. Now, it's done on the basic Rider-Waite, but potions are the same as the cups. So, like, so the Ace of Potions. I will learn how to do this better. Two of Potions. Three of Potions. All of these are equivalent to the Cups suite. So when you're doing a read, if you just read them as you would read the Cups suite, you've got your Four of Potions. You've got your Five of Potions. Poor Jack having been shot out of the air. Six of Potions. Seven of Potions. You can tell that these are supposed to be the cups, because if you remember the traditional Rider-Waite, when you see all the cups, you see everything coming out, and it's to give you the aspect of either your cup's half full or your cup's half empty, whichever way you look at things. There's 8 of potions, yeah, 9 of potions, 10 of potions. I love this deck, honestly. I think it's so cool, and when I'm more practice, then you have your Page of Potions, your Knight of Potions, Queen of Potions, and of course your King of Potions, the Mad Scientist. So obviously if you're just starting out, I would go with a basic Rider-Waite deck, sorry, to help you out, just to get you into the knack of being able to read. Needles or swords, and you'll understand why. When you go through the pictures, you can sort of tell which deck they're supposed to be. Sorry, I'm having problems getting one of the cards. There we go. So the Ace of Needles, which is the Ace of, which would be swords in the normal deck. Then you have the 2 of Needles, which is Sally working away making the Santa costume. You'll recognise some of these scenes. Then obviously this gives it away that this is supposed to resemble the sword, because you can see the heart, which is a pretty famous card, the 3 of Swords, and in this deck it's represented like this by the 3 of Needles. Then we have the 4 of Needles, we have the 5 of Needles, which is Jack and Oogie fighting. 6 of Needles, the lovely Sally. 7 of Needles. We have the 8 of Needles. Sally sewing herself back together. The 9 of Needles. A lot of these characters are background characters, but they've involved them in the deck, which is brilliant. The 10 of Needles. The artwork on these cards are just brilliant, and they are official. Then you have the Page of Needles, which are these 3 naughty little children, Oogie Boogie's kids. Then you have the Knight of Needles, which is Mr. Devil there. Queen of Needles, which is Sally's replacement with the Nutty Professor. Then you have the King of Needles, the Mad Professor himself. So then we go on to candles, which in normal would represent wands, which are wands. So when you're reading, you read them as you would read for 1 card. You have the Ace of Candles, then you have the 2 of Candles. Sorry, I'm still learning where all my placement is. the Two of Candles. Then we have the Three of Candles. Don't know if you can see how awesome these cards are. Then we have the Four of Candles. The Vampires. Then we have Oogie Boogie's Kids again. The Five of Needles. Five of Candles, sorry. Which are ones in real life, in other decks. Then we have the Six of Wands. Then we have the Seven of Wands. Then we have the Eight of Wands. Candles, sorry. I'm saying wands. It's because I know that the wands. Nine of Candles, which would read as the Nine of Wands. Ten of Candles, which would read as the Ten of Wands. The Page of Candles. The Knight of Candles. The Queen of Candles. Lovely little black cat there. And we have the King of Candles, Jack and the Pumpkin King. Right, the last one are the presents, which are pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles. Presents, sorry. The Two of Presents. The Three of Presents. Four of Presents. Five of Presents. I just want to show you all the images because the images are so cool. But like I said, in this deck, needles equal sword, presents equal pentacles, potions equals cups, and candles equal wands when you're doing a normal Rider-Waite reading, which it threw me off when I first got them because I was like, what on earth? These aren't the normal things. But then when I sat and I looked through the cards, I was able to gather which ones should be which. This is the Seven of Presents, the Eight of Presents, the Nine of Presents. Now if you're into Halloween and you're into like Nightmare Before Christmas, these cards are brilliant just for the artwork. The Ten of Presents, you don't actually have to be a reader to like collect tarot. The Page of Presents, the little Santa's little helper. The Knight of Presents, Santa's little manager. The Queen of Presents, of course, it can only be Mrs. Claus. And the King of Presents is, of course, Jack. Now, that's just a quick look at them, and I love this deck. I really, really do. I love the film, though. I've got to admit, I watch it quite regularly. On Halloween, I'll sit and have it on repeat play, and I'll watch it other times of the year. I'm a big kid at heart, really. So yeah, this is the deck, and yeah, if it's your type of thing, then buy it. But for those of you that want to read but don't quite know, I would go with a slightly easier deck because, like I said, the suits are different on this rather than what you normally have. So like on the Rider, it is still Rider Waite, however they're using different imagery to portray the suits. So like I said, presents are pentacles, needles are swords, candles are wands, and potions are cups. Now, I'm a little bit biased when rating this, so out of 10 I'd give it like a good 9, because apart from the confusing thing of using the different suits, I think it's a fantastic deck. So that's my review of that one. Like I said, this is my first review, so I will get better. I might be back later today of doing a live for some readings. We'll just have to see how things go, because like we've got severe storms here at the minute. So I will possibly see you later. Bye for now.